Today we're making Sweet Heat Chili Crunch. It's hot and spicy with a perfect touch of sweet, making this one of our favorite condiments. Welcome back, it's Mike C from HLM BBQ. We really started going down the rabbit hole on Chili Crunch since our Bacon Chili Crunch recipe. It's easily one of my favorite hot sauces, and this recipe brings serious heat. Start by slicing 4 shallots. Now you could use a mandolin to slice most of these ingredients, which would ensure everything is sliced perfectly even, but I'm trying to work on my knife skills, so I'm slicing pretty much everything by hand right now. And another blessing by not being able to slice very consistently like me is you're going to end up with some crunchy bits and some chewy, jammy bites, making the texture very addictive. Try to cut the shallots about twice as thick as your knife blade. We chose shallots because they are slightly sweeter with less bite than an onion. Now toss these in a bowl and set them aside. Next, grab 1 head of garlic. With garlic, you really need to go with your heart. I would recommend using 1 head to start. We are frying out the intense bite, leaving it savory and sweet and perfect for infusing the oil. Now, one problem is with using a lot of garlic is peeling it takes forever. This method works perfect for peeling a large amount of garlic in a short period of time. Grab a Tupperware, toss all your garlic in the container, snap the lid closed, and shake it very hard for about 15 seconds. It won't crush the garlic, making it a lot easier to slice, as we want the garlic to be a pretty consistent thickness. You can see the skin just peeled right off. Now that we've used this Tupperware, we can also use it as a little trash bin or extra piece collection so that we can keep our workspace clean. It might sound silly, but it makes a difference. You're not trying to pick through and find where the garlic is, and you don't have garlic peel blowing all around your kitchen. Do yourself a favor, clean up now or as you go. It makes life a lot easier. Welcome back to our channel. If this is your first time, thanks for showing up. Honestly, we just love cooking food and sharing it with our friends and family. If you're into that sort of thing, then subscribe to the channel. We drop a new recipe pretty much every week. And now that you've been slicing garlic for the last 6 hours, it's time to move on to the next ingredient, which is ginger, fresh ginger. It is pungent, it's spicy, it's peppery, but when you cook it, it mellows out and sweetens up. Now, a nice trick to peel ginger is use the back of a spoon. We find it works better than a potato peeler working around through all those divots that ginger has. Okay, and the way that we're cutting this will probably get us laughed off the internet, but it seemed like a good idea at the time and felt like we were wasting less ginger. We make even slices on the exposed ginger flesh and then dice across, making a kind of a chunky dice. And though again, I'm sure this method's probably wrong, it worked. Toss it in a bowl with the garlic and the shallot, and now let's move on to the heat. We're using a Japones chilies. They're about twice as hot as a jalapeno, but nowhere near as hot as a habanero. We chose Japanese peppers specifically for their clean, bright heat and mostly neutral flavor. Now these peppers are dried, and most recipes call for you to remove the seeds from inside the peppers because they can be leathery from the dehydrating process. But we found that toasting the peppers until they are fragrant and slightly browned also somewhat toasted the seeds inside the peppers, making the pepper preparation one of the quickest we've experienced so far. We do not recommend removing the seeds from the Japanese chili peppers. Though if you are afraid of the heat, you could take the time and remove the seeds, or just use a milder pepper like the dried jalapeno. And once they're all toasted and fragrant, add them to a food processor, and we're just going to take our time to blend this to small flakes. Do this by an open window or with a fan blowing it out because it's pretty hot. Anyways, the smell is amazing and spicy, but the bright red color is what really pops on this, and it looks so good. Now let's bring some sweet to the heat. Grab a 1/4 cup of sugar and then 2 tablespoons of Razzle Dazzle, which is one of our wild seasonings. It's got everything from sumac to allspice, jalapeno powder, smoked paprika, and other flavors that just take this to another level. Then add 2 tablespoons of good old-fashioned black pepper. Give it a mix and set it aside. These are the dry ingredients. We're going to pour hot oil over these once we've infused the oil by frying the ginger, garlic, and shallots. So, get 3 cups of peanut oil, pour it into a pan, place the pan over medium-high heat, and while it heats up, add the garlic, shallot, and ginger to the oil, and just slowly bring this up to about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to let everything slowly fry so that it gets crispy crispy without burning, the thick pieces get chewy and jammy, and most importantly, we don't want to start burning any of our ingredients. It's easy to pull these off a little bit early, but it's hard to fix if you overcook and burn anything. Also, if you got a sieve handy, you could just pour this mixture over a sieve into a bowl and it would take 3 seconds versus what felt like 3 hours scraping out all the ginger and shallot from this pan. And once the ginger, shallot, garlic is removed from the oil, reheat it to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And now we're going to pour the oil over the chili, sugar, razzle dazzle pepper mixture. And this part is so much fun, but also probably the most dangerous part, so make sure the kids or drunk adults are at a safe distance. Go ahead and add that fried mixture back into the pepper bowl, and it smells so fragrant and delicious you want to eat it right now, but just wait a little bit longer. Now carefully pour the hot peanut oil over that chili fried mixture and start stirring. Now we are infusing the oil with fried and dry ingredients. The key to making a really good chili crunch is to layer the aromas, the textures, and the flavors in such a way that all of your senses are blowing off the charts. The aroma is deep, savory, and warm, but the flavor is a roller coaster of heat from the Japanese peppers, crunchy, chewy, jam-like texture from the fried goods, and a bit of sweet from the sugar. The crispy hot sauce is so versatile. We've had it on eggs, potatoes, chicken, turkey sandwiches, chips, cheeseburgers, tacos, and I'm sure we've had others. I just can't think of any more right now. Simply put, you can put this on pretty much anything and it will blow your mind. This is definitely not our last chili crunch video. We'll be exploring this even further as we go down the road. If you like what you saw today, please subscribe to the channel. It really helps. And if you got any comments or suggestions, please drop them in the comment section below. Thanks again for showing up. Now get out and make some of this incredibly good sweet heat chili crunch. We'll see you in 1 week.